welcome to another video of Life of Cindy. Saturday, another day in quarantine. My quarantine has been going all right. It hasn't been super crazy, but you know, I'm ready for it to be over. So today's video, it's gonna be, I did a video prior, not that long ago, about getting to know me. And I thought, you know, let me try and take it up a notch and kind of pull out some questions that just, you know, random questions about me. And I actually will be using this, I'll actually be using this tonight. So tonight I'm having a girls' night, a virtual girls' night, with my sister-in-laws. So I am going to kind of like record the process of getting ready for that and kind of just, you know, showing a little bit of that, what we do, how we get ready for that, and things like that. But we are gonna be playing this game tonight, but I thought let me try it, you know, with you guys and kind of give you more of an idea of who I am, maybe some stories, things like that. So I do have a bowl of 100 questions that I'm gonna be pulling out of. And I also wanted to check my Instagram story. I'm gonna add my Instagram to the description down below, and also I'm trying to put it on here. I'm so new at getting this all together, so bear with me. So if you don't see it here on the screen, please check down the description. It is just at Life with Cindy on Instagram. But I got these donuts, oh my God, from a place called Bad Bakery where I live. I had one earlier, so good. So let me grab the water. Ooh, almost fell. Just gonna get my water. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so, actually, let me try one of these donuts before we get started. It's called, this one I'm gonna eat, it's called Banana Rama. Looks really good. And it's a cronut, so it's gonna be yummy. It's actually really good. There's like this shot you can put in it. This is strawberry. Wow. I don't think it needs it. Alright. So that's good. So you see me eating that in between. Alright, so let's get started with these questions. Would you rather vacation in Hawaii or Alaska, and why? That's the question. I would rather vacation in Hawaii, and I'll tell you why. Well, obviously that's part of the question. When I was younger, when I was 9 or 10, I went to Hawaii, and it wasn't the best experience as a child that I went on. It was just, you know, a lot of things going on, and I just didn't have a really good experience. So I would want to do that again as an adult and really be able to like enjoy and experience the fun of Hawaii. So that's kind of my answer to that. All right, let's see. Would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? Ew. Well, it's always good to have both looks and intelligence. I don't know which one I would particularly pick. I'd rather trade in looks for intelligence, or intelligence for looks. Trade looks for intelligence. I'd rather have intelligence rather than looks. And for the reason of, I'd rather go into this world, you know, with an understanding of things, you know, and kind of be able to analyze and really observe and really understand what is going on around me. And you know, looks can only get you so far, so I would rather just pick intelligence on that one, because I rather have the brains than the looks at that point. Which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house? None. I'm just playing. So growing up, I did all these things, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, I have something in my eye. I'm sorry, guys. I did all these things. So I kind of do and don't have a preference. I would rather, it'll be between washing the dishes and vacuuming the house. I've always found vacuuming carpet very therapeutic for me. So I would probably do that. I'm gonna come right back, guys. There's something in my eye and I need to figure out what it is. I'll be right back. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had to have my fiance like blow in my eye, or something was in there, who knows. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. I would rather, it's in between washing dishes and vacuuming the house. Like I said, I like to vacuum carpet. It's just very therapeutic for me. So maybe I would have picked vacuuming the house. Like I said, growing up, I did all these things. And I have come to learn which ones I preference and which ones I don't. Let's see what's next. Do you collect anything? No. I collect nothing. Actually, I do slowly. I'm trying to get like no, because that's not really a collection. It's like collections are things that like you don't like, you kind of leave and don't touch. Yeah, I ain't got none of that. So no, I do not collect anything. What's your favorite fast food chain? Chick-fil-A. I love me some chicken filet. I love it. I worked there twice. I worked at one in Texas when I lived there, and then I worked at one when I moved out to the Bay. And you would think, because you work there, you kind of get tired of it, but you can't. It's just so good. Like, and then when new things roll out, you get to try like the new things. I could eat Chick-fil-A now that they have like mac and cheese and stuff. Like, it would be so funny because we would, like, I worked the drive-thru, so you would hear people in the drive-thru like, do you guys have, you know, macaroni and cheese? And no offense to anyone that has asked this question, like, do you guys have macaroni and cheese? And in our minds we'd be like, we're not freaking KFC, like, we're a burger spot. But lo and behold, years later, it's been like a few years since I worked there. It's been about 3-4 years since I worked there. Lo and behold, years later, now they have mac and cheese. So, and it's actually pretty good. So, it's pretty fun. Okay. Do you like or dislike surprises? Why or why not? I dislike surprises. And I'll tell you why. I don't like surprises. I like to know what's going on because I'm a control freak. I like to know everything that's going on. I don't like surprises. I like to give surprises, but I do not want surprises. So yeah, no, I don't like surprises, and because I am a control freak and I like to know what's going on, and I got a problem. And yeah, and have I been surprised a few times in my life? They have tried and have failed. My mom, when I was like, I think it was my 10th birthday. It was my 10th birthday, and she tried to surprise me, and it failed. And then my dad tried to throw me a surprise party once. That failed. I ended up figuring it out. So it's already hard enough to surprise me. Why try? Don't try it and just let it be. Just let me know what's going on and let it be. Let it be. The only time I have been surprised is when I got engaged. I have been like telling my fiance, I want to get engaged. I want to read, yada, yada, yada. You know, because we already talked about it and I was just sitting there waiting. And we were rolling on year 2 and I was just sitting there waiting. And he surprised me on Christmas Eve. So He's the only one that's gotten me so far. Because I am Inspector Gadget. I am freaking the PI. I will figure it out, find it out, all that. It's hard to surprise me as it is. Just don't do it. If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join? You know what's crazy? I would actually want to join it's hard. That's a hard question because there's so many music groups that I would have liked, that I like especially female music groups. But I would say 702. The ones where my girls at from the front, back, that one. I would join them because the music that they brought out, I wish it would have lasted longer. It was the music that they had, and in all reality, I just wish I could have experienced the 90s as a teenager, not as a freaking infant. But I think it would be 702, which is a really random answer, but I like their music. I also like, I was like maybe even Danny Kane, but then I thought I wouldn't want to deal with how all that process went, so I'm gonna say 702. Yeah, 702. Alrighty. I'm gonna do, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna do 21 questions. Are you related or distantly related to anyone famous? Not that I know of, like blood related at least. I always say that V. Bozeman from Empire is my cousin because we have the same like family last name, so I may claim that. But my little sister's godfather actually was cousins with Usher's ex-wife, like his first wife, but like I said, not blood, so maybe in that sense. But no, and then like my dad, he grew up in Oakland, so like he like went to one of MC Hammer's party. He's saying like no Tupac and all that stuff, so it's different. Like not know him, but like he knew who he was walking the streets, like hey, what's up, that type of no. But distant, like related, no, not really. All right, so that is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's number 8, 9. How many pillows do you sleep with? I used to sleep with 2. Now I sleep with one big fluffy one, and I love it. I love it. That was 9. This is 10. All right. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? The power to go back in time and redo what you did. That's the power that I would like, because there's some things, you know, as we grow up, like we wish we could have done things differently. So I think that would be a perfect power for me, because I always want to do something different, or if I said something wrong, I want to say something different, things like that. So that's 10. 11. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Depends. It depends. Depends on what I'm doing that day. Depends on how much time I have to get ready. Depends on what time I get up. It could range from 5 minutes. It can range to an hour. It just depends on the event of the day. Like let's say we're just gonna go run an errand, about 5 minutes. Say like we actually have like something to do. Depending on what state my hair is. So like right now it's like curly at the top, straight at the bottom. That's because I had maybe 30 minutes to get ready this morning, so I only had half the time to do my full hair plus makeup. So I would say about an hour, depending on how glamorous I want to look. So let's give or take an hour if I'm doing something like big. Let's see, this 11, 12. What 3 items would you take with you on a deserted island? A power strip that attaches to like a generator. My laptop and a satellite phone. That's 12. Let me mark these down. So I'm at 12. Who knows me the best? My fiance. He knows me better than anybody in this world knows me. He might know me just a tad bit more than my mom. My mom knows me, but she don't know me that well. He knows me really well. He knows when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm hungry, when I don't want to be bothered, when I had a good sleep, when I had a bad sleep. He knows what I've been through in life. He knows me all. So my fiance. Is there anything you wish would come back into fashion? Overalls. I love overalls. I could wear overalls all day, roll them up with some nice little shoes or nice little Vans or some sandals with like a nice shirt underneath. Overalls. That's what I miss, overalls. All right, number 15. What's the most unusual thing you ever eaten? So growing up, my stepdad, he was in the army. So he has tried so many different foods. He has tried everything known to man. So we've had pigeon, we've had octopus, alligator. So I had all that in one night. And they all tasted like chicken. So those are the most unusual things I've eaten. I think the most unusual one was the pigeon. They were shooting birds that day and I ate a bird. I wouldn't recommend it because you don't know what's in the birds, but that's what I had. All right, number 16. If you had a warning label, what would yours say? Don't get too close because she might bite. And I say that because I sometimes cannot be the nicest person, especially if you rub me the wrong way. I am one of those people that I will try to be like, okay, for example, I had this coworker and she was new. And, you know, I try to be nice. Hey, how are you? How's it going? How you liking it so far? And she was just very rude, I guess. And so after that, I'm like, I'm not messing with you. And so that's why I say don't get too close because you might get bit. Because once you rub me the wrong way, there's kind of no turning back about that. And I'm just really feisty and I am very itchy, fill in the blanks. And I am just sometimes, if you bug me in a sense and you just being just shady boots and I'm just doing too much, I can't. Like, so that would be my one label. Don't get too close because you might get bit. That was 16. All right, 17. Is your glass half full or half empty? My glass is always half empty. There's always things to be filled for it to be filled into. There's always more that, and I take that in the sense of there's always more for me to learn. There's always more for me to grow. So I would say my glass is half empty. $18, almost there. Would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job, and why? I would rather win the lottery, and I'll tell you why. I would rather win the lottery because I'd rather have a lump sum of money and invest it into a company that is my perfect job for me, and be able to still provide for my family with that money, than have this perfect job and be a slave to a boss. I'd rather win the lottery, make my perfect job, create my perfect business, work within that, work in something that I'm passionate about, rather than working for somebody else. Like, I'm tired of doing that already. So that's where I am with that. All right, 19. What's the last thing you recorded on TV? Probably like House of Pains or something. So I have a lot of shows that are on like recurring recording. So it might have been that. I'm not even sure. It might have been that. Kim and that, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, maybe Dynasty, because yesterday was Friday and Dynasty comes on Fridays. So maybe Dynasty. I have to check. I don't know. All right, so that's 19. 20. Do you love or hate roller coasters? I have a love-hate relationship with roller coasters. I like them to an extent. I am kind of traumatized though, and here's the story behind that. When I was growing up, we went to Knott's Berry Farm, and my dad wanted to go on this ride called the Ghost Riders, and I was still getting over the flu. So I was feeling fine-ish, and then I went on this ride and I felt like crap afterwards. I felt nauseous, I felt yucky, I felt like crap. Woke up the next morning, we drove back home on a Sunday, woke up the next morning throwing up my guts. I think the ride triggered something and just sparked up me throwing up everything, and it was just nasty. So it's like a love-hate relationship. All right, and the last one, it's been so fun. The last one is, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be? A bear. Because even though my warning label might be don't get too close because I might bite, I'm very loving and very caring and very cuddly, and that's how bears are. They're very warm, loving, and cuddly. And my fiance actually calls me his little bear because I am that. And so I particularly love, being there for others and just being that, that shoulder to cry on. So I would say a bear, definitely. So that is about the end of the questions. I really didn't eat my donut. I'm saving it. We have food coming from Uber Eats, so I'm gonna just worry about that. We're eating some Indian food. Pray for me, because Indian food sometimes is hit or miss, so we shall see. So I really enjoyed this. Maybe we'll do this again. I don't know. I really enjoyed this. Maybe we'll do this with like my fiance or something, or my family. I know I say this every video. I do have a lot of ideas for videos. I just am, it's a lot being in quarantine, and then you get in these moods and you want to record, you don't want to record, and I'm still really fairly new to this. So I'm still trying to figure out what is the best balance for me, and I'm still looking for work. So I'm just trying to figure out everything and make sure everything works best for me, and also, give you really good content. But never fear, my next video is going to be a fun one. It's gonna be a doozy because I may have had the coronavirus and I have known. And I'll get more into that later on. The doorbell just rang, so it might be my food. But I will come back and close out this video. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so that might be, will be my next video. So stay tuned for that, because I really want to explain to you why I felt this way. But I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Give it a big thumbs up. Try and post notifications so you get notified every time I post a new video. I'm gonna be trying to be posting as much as possible. Like I said, sometimes it's a little rough, you know, I'm still trying to learn this balance, but I want to give you as much content as I can. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Life of Cindy. If you don't see it here on the screen, please look down in the description and there's a link to it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day, weekend, time, and I hope you're doing well during this quarantine. And I hope to hear back, or hope to see you guys soon. Bye.